Hey everybody, it's Melissa. It's been a minute since I've done a video like this, so I'm super excited, and I know the title sounds dramatic, but it's shorter than saying fragrances I don't really like, but typically other people seem to enjoy them. All right. Anyways, discount links and stuff like that's going to be pinned in the comment section below in case you want to check out any of these fragrances, and also in the description box. Now we're going to start with a very popular Versace scent right here. This one is Versace Crystal Noir. And the thing is, this is not a bad fragrance. I just have a negative association with it just because I went to a Brazilian steakhouse and the waitress was blasting with this fragrance and the tables were literally so close together, right? And when you're smelling Versace Bright Crystal and lamb and picanha and ribeye, and like feta cheese, it sucks, all right? This fragrance on its own is pretty good, but I gotta tell you, if you guys watch my videos, I typically do like wearing more masculine fragrances, but this is one of those instances that for anybody that likes to wear more feminine scents, I find Versace Bright Crystal to be so much sexier than this one right here. I feel like to the feminine nose, Crystal Noir is more attractive, but to like a masculine nose, Versace Bright Crystal clears this fragrance. But this is still a nice one, it's appley, but yeah, I've said this so many times before that when it comes to wearing fragrance, having your perfume compete with the aroma of the food is never a great thing. Even if you're wearing a gourmand scent, if you're going out to like a nice dinner and it's just in the air, like sometimes it can be very headache inducing. And even me and the guy on the table next to me was like, holy shit, it was just too much. It was cloying and it just overall smelled bad. So this though is not a bad fragrance, just sharing a personal experience. Another scent I want to mention, I don't have a bottle of right now, but it's Raja Danger. And I should say this was actually a gift from one of my followers. So shout out, I appreciate people that send me fragrances. As always, I'm going to keep everything real with y'all. Even if something is gifted to me, I'll be straight up and tell you if I don't like it. All right, but I don't like Danger by Raja Parfums, and that fragrance was gifted to me by Raja. My opinion hasn't changed from it. I think I literally have a video on YouTube that says I don't like Danger by Raja Parfums, but it's just I don't find it to be an appealing fragrance, you know, and I stand 10 toes down when I say something, and I mean, because the thing is, I know that fragrance is so loved in the niche fragrance community. Like, I was getting so much shit for being very honest about just not liking it. Because the thing is, that's a fragrance that's going to do really well online, right? People online are going to take a liking to it because they're so in the fragrance rabbit hole. They're used to smelling things that are going to be off-putting to 99% of people out there, right? And the fact that I was honest with that opinion really put people off. Till this day, I still get hate comments on that particular video. Which is why it's important to remember that all of this is subjective. People are going to like things, people are going to hate things. If people disagree or agree, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But that one, it's a masculine scent that I just didn't find sexy. I didn't find it attractive. Yes, you could say it's high quality, but if I smelled that in passing, and to be honest, if a majority of people smelled that in passing, it wouldn't be like, wow. It'd be like, ooh, you know, it's a little bit rough. All right, okay. Next fragrance, we're actually gonna go with a Cheapy here. This one is Mont Blanc Individuel, and I actually blind bought this fragrance early in my fragrance journey. And it was a Cheapy, right? I got this thing for $22 or something, and I was excited because of the price point, and also I heard nothing but great things about this. I remember hearing that it's just a clean, fresh fragrance, maybe kind of laundry-esque, and to me, even till this day, I really enjoy fragrances that smell like clean laundry. Like Another 13, when I wear that on my skin, it's just beautiful, right? But this here was just so sharp. And again, kind of a headache-inducing fragrance to wear. And I can kind of see what people were saying of like, oh, maybe like it's a little bit of a detergent. But I just think that it doesn't smell great. To me, if I'm wearing a fragrance, and the first thing that it's doing while I'm wearing it is just giving me a piercing headache because the smell is so sharp, I'm not going to enjoy wearing it, right? Yes, it could be one of those situations that people say, yeah, you got to let it sit. I mean, I've had this in my collection for over, maybe 2-3 years now. And as you can see, there's not a dent at all in this bottle. Smell it again. I know that it's not accurate smelling it like this, but this just didn't do it. And I specifically remember when I was testing this fragrance, one of the first few times, this was not getting any love from women. They hated this fragrance. Again, that doesn't speak for every single woman, but I'm just telling y'all that not even just on myself, I tested this. I had guys that wanted to wear this. They tried it. Same thing. Girls didn't give a shit about it. I feel like this is more loved. Again, in an online space for people that are looking for more budget-friendly options. But I find this fragrance to be a little bit more of a boxer dropper, honestly speaking. All right, next scent is, okay, this one's called Encre Noir. And this was another gift that I got from one of my followers. And the first thing I remember hearing about this, and maybe this is why the expectation was high for this fragrance. Somebody told me, they're like, Melissa, you gotta try Encre Noir because it's like Batman in a bottle. And those are really big words, all right? When people think of Batman, typically the expectation is high. So I was like, oh yeah, I gotta smell this. I remember smelling it. It just smelled smoky and cheap. And I think not cigarette smoky, but I think whenever smokiness is described in a fragrance, it can be seen as very alluring to people who want to give off this dark, mysterious vibe. When people hear smoky, like, oh yeah, I want to be dark, mysterious. That sounds mysterious and stuff. But there was nothing about it that was attractive, you know? So I think if I went into this fragrance smelling it blind with no bias whatsoever, my opinion would be the same. I have not worn this since I tested it. I actually believe I immediately washed off this fragrance. This, like Mont Blanc, well, I mean, it's the whole title of this video. A lot of people, you're going to see a lot of positive reviews about this fragrance. And for the most part, I get it if it's on the affordable side, right? Like, I'm not going to shit on anybody wearing Individual because I understand that that's an under $25 fragrance, or it was, at least. I'm not sure what it is now, but good price. I would say, though, get Legend Spirit. Legend Spirit is sexy. That one has like the clean deodorant. I was going to say detergent. It has that deodorant clean vibe. Much better than Individual, my opinion. All right. And same price point. Anyways, Encre Noir, Batman in a bottle, bro. Please. No. It's like a cheap, smoky fragrance. Nothing dark and mysterious about that, or sexy at all, or alluring. All right. Next up, we got Iced Juniper by Precious Liquid. This, I mean, you can kind of see there's no dent in this bottle at all. This fragrance just isn't it for me. All right. I think people have a big misconception with me because I love blue agave and salt and pepper. Specifically salt and pepper. I've been talking about that for years. And people are like, well, you have a discount code, so you're sponsored by it. You're never gonna talk bad about it, whatever. Y'all, I keep it real with every fragrance that I try, okay? That is the one fragrance I really gravitate to from the house, and there's others I enjoy, but that has never stopped me from keeping it real about fragrances from their house that I don't like. If I'm just here for a bag, I would tell y'all, oh yeah, just buy this, use my code, buy this, use my code. Like, y'all use my code if you want, but always sample things. But at the end of the day, this, I would not, and this was a gift from Precious Liquid. It just kind of smells like a warm, like, you know when you're at a park and there's like a bush? Like a warm bush on a summer day. Yeah. And that could be an appealing smell to some people. If you're with a green, you like the green vibe, you know, the green smelling fragrances, then you might like Iced Juniper. If you like juniper, maybe you'll like Iced Juniper. But I feel like I was expecting this fragrance to be a little bit more, like it says, like icy cool, like refreshing, you know? But it gave warm bush on a hot day. And that's just not a scent that I would want to go around smelling like. Again, this kind of has that DNA that more niche heads would enjoy. But I would say if if you have tried something like salt and pepper and you didn't like that one, if you're a niche head and you watch my videos, I would say you're probably gonna like, from this house, you'll like things like Sangria Oak. You'll like things like, is it Royal Tobacco or something? They have like a tobacco fragrance. You're gonna enjoy that one. I just feel like those would be more of your groove. Maybe you'd like this too, but this is more for the people that really do enjoy like those green type of notes, grassy, you know, tree, like earthly sort of fragrances. You're probably gonna like this one more, but this is just not my cup of tea. All right, next fragrance. Ooh, yeah, this one still gets me so much heat. If y'all watch my YouTube short about it, or if you look it up, it's all people pissed at my opinion about Terre Hermes. This again is a masculine fragrance, and this was a fragrance that was gifted to me. But does that stop the truth? No, it doesn't. When I say the truth, I mean my opinion. All right, but Terre Hermes, very masculine fragrance. To me, it smells like the type of person that likes to go to, you know, art museums. And the thing is, I like art museums. All right, but it's there's just something about it that's too mature for me to enjoy. And people were saying, they're like, well, you know, it's a men's fragrance, so no shit. But it's like, I mean, I love La Nuit de l'Homme. You guys know me. I like wearing, well, if you do watch my videos, I do like wearing a lot of masculine fragrances, but there's also going to be masculine scents that I don't enjoy, that I don't find sexy at all, that give me grandpa vibes. And this is definitely one that for sure gives me grandpa vibes. I feel like if you're over 60, you'll enjoy this. Or what I hear a lot, again, it's mainly in the online space, is people saying, oh, like this one, like you have to be like dressed up. This is a James Bond fragrance. Okay. Let's just keep it real. Most of y'all aren't even given James Bond to begin with. Remember, the fragrance is just like the cherry on top of things, all right? If you don't got the base for the same thing with that friggin' Batman fragrance that people are saying, oh yeah, it's a Batman scent. Y'all ain't smelling like Batman. You're not smelling like James Bond with these fragrances. All right, like this scent, I can see how it can be good. Like that maybe ruffled some feathers, what I just said there. But like this, I could see it being good. You're dressed up, right? But I see it as a grandpa fragrance. Yeah. I think fragrances like Green Irish Tweed that still have that classy, nostalgic, just rich, luxurious feel. I like those sort of scents. I understand that Green Irish Tweed, to a lot of people, they consider that a grandpa scent because of it's green and stuff. But to me, I feel like that's a timeless kind of classy fragrance, right? Where I love that one, but most people love this one over Green Irish Tweed, right? So it's just a difference of opinion. Just not this one. I find to be a boxer dropper as well. All I was getting in my comment section were guys that were just like, no, like all over this fragrance, right? So if you're a dude that hangs out with other dudes, I think you're really gonna like this too. But again, of course, there's gonna be women that enjoy this because it's a subjective field. How many times have I said this in this video? But yeah, Terre Hermes, I was looking forward to this fragrance, truth be told, because I heard so much about it. And I think that also contributed to it is because I want to review fragrances that a lot of you are interested in me reviewing, right? And time again, I would hear people say, Melissa, you gotta review Terre Hermes. It's a classic and it's a staple. It's a one-of-a-kind fragrance. And you know what? It kind of reminded me a little bit about a Raja fragrance called, oh geez, it's slipping my mind. It's a Raja scent. Is it Oligarch? The one that was renamed Oligarch, Isola Blue. Yeah, okay. And Oligarch and Isola Blue, which is the same scent, just rebranded or renamed, that also wasn't really my cup of tea, you know? But I think if you're someone that loves those Raja scents, you're gonna like this. In the same way that if you like Terre Hermes and you're asking me, oh my gosh, what Raja fragrance should I try? Go try Isola Blue right now. At this point, blind buy it because I know you're gonna love it if you love this scent. But yeah, this one, not my favorite at all. Next fragrance. This is a Parfums de Marly scent. And this one was actually also a gift from one of my followers. This is Galloway. And Galloway had the first time that I tried it, it left an impression on me in a bad way. That I tried this during, remember the COVID lockdown, and there was, when you would go to these restaurants and they were only doing takeout, there was like a huge, not jar, but like a huge tub of the hand sanitizer, but it's not in a hand sanitizer container. It's in like like a white bottle that's kind of transparent, but it's like a water jug type of look, and then it just has a weird sort of smell, but it's still hand sanitizer. That's my association with this fragrance. And I was really looking forward to this because this actually, I remember now talking about it. This is one of those scents that before I smelled Galloway, I think I was looking on Fragrantica for notes and just kind of seeing, okay, I like these type of notes. What are some fragrances with it? And that's why whenever people ask me now, oh, so what are your favorite notes? I tell y'all, I don't do the whole, note breakdown. What are my favorite notes? Let me see what smells like that, because it's all about how it's blended. And this is just like a case in point, because I remember seeing the notes of this fragrance and being really excited about it. I think this is the scent. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. I think it's this one. I didn't like it. When I actually smelled it, I was like, what the hell? So again, y'all, and I always get this question too for people that are looking for dupes. They're like, oh yeah, I bought this dupe of the fragrance that you like because it has like the same notes on Fragrantica. I'm like, y'all, that's not, please don't get a dupe off something that I say that I love, if anything, and then base your opinion on the fragrance I love because of the dupe that you bought or the replacement you bought, and saying that, oh yeah, your fragrance recommendation isn't that good, because it's not the same. I would say buy a sample of the original thing I'm talking about, just so you can kind of see, because usually, I know this is kind of steering, usually dupes that I've tried, they never hit. They have never really hit. Maybe there's like onesie twosie, but it doesn't do the original stuff justice again. But Galloway hand sanitizer, that's kind of where my mind goes when I smell that scent. Okay, next up, we have another Raja fragrance here. This is Elysium Eau Intense, and this was a gift from the brand. Shout out to them for gifting this. I appreciate it. But this does not even come close to my favorite Raja, which is Elysium Parfum Cologne. The blue bottle, this is also blue, but you know what I'm talking about. Elysium Eau Intense had more of a strong green vibe to it. Again, like grassy, earthy, tree, leaves, that sort of smell. And I think that's kind of been a little bit of a common thing here with, well, it's only Tera Heres that, well, Ice Juniper kind of had that vibe too. I'm very particular, I've noticed with myself, when it comes to green dominant fragrances. And I was excited about this one just because the original Elysium is one of my favorite fragrances. And on my skin, it smelled like this fresh pineapple lemonade, like lemon cocktail, right? Which those notes aren't even listed in that fragrance, I believe. It's more juniper berry or in grapefruit. But this one, it had a little bit of that in the background, but it was mainly green. And again, too mature for me. I saw it on like an older guy, which cool, right? But that just ain't me. And it just didn't hit the mark. But man, I was excited. I think I still have the video up of my first impression of this fragrance. And y'all, I think you saw the joy in my eyes when I was unboxing it. And I think as the video progressed, I was just like, this ain't it, you know? So it was kind of heartbreaking. I was very heartbroken to not like this. And then afterwards, I tried the Pour Homme, which is good, but it still, to me, doesn't hold a candle to the Parfum Cologne. But performance here, decent. The smell, and I think I should say that I hope it's self-explanatory with the title of this video that I'm just talking about smell-wise with these, not about how strong performing they are. Yeah, Elysium Eau Intense is not the type of fragrance that I would smell it and be blown away if someone else passed me wearing it. I might notice that, oh, that smells like a little hint of Elysium, but it's buried underneath the other stuff that I don't really like about it, you know? And lastly, Howas Black by Versace. And this was also another gifted fragrance. It's a dupe. It's a cheapy. I think it's a dupe of Creed Aventus Absolute. And I would have to retest the Ventus Absolute because no joke, in the beginning, like the first few seconds of this fragrance, I was like, ooh. And no joke, when I was unwrapping it, unboxing it, I did smell a fruity punch. I was like, oh yeah, I like that. I liked it, right? But when I sprayed it, it was very green. I think that's a big common denominator here is like very dominant present green notes. That's what I was getting from this fragrance, like as it was like settling. And I just don't want to smell like grassy. I don't want to smell like a bush. I don't want to smell like a leaf, you know? And the thing is, do I still find this to be a blind buy worthy fragrance? Because you can find it for maybe, shoot, people might be pricing this already at 50. But like, shoot, if you see it for like $30, $40, a lot of the times I got no problem telling y'all, if that's the price point, it's blind buy worthy. Even if I personally don't like it, just because most people won't get buyer's remorse off of it. Like individual. Do I like that scent? I don't. Is it blind buy worthy? Yeah, because who's gonna be throwing a fit buying a $25 fragrance, right? Not many people. So this is just, again, one of those situations where even though the price point is good, even though like it just did not do it for me at all. I'm listening to what y'all say about you got to let things kind of sit, and like especially with dupes, let it sit in your collection and then retest it months later. I'll give that a shot. But truth be told, most people that are trying to get into fragrances, they want to be able to use it from the jump. People that are collecting and people in this niche, different story, right? Because you have these bottles and this is a hobby for you. You really enjoy testing these different things. You don't mind letting something sit and wait to kind of maybe grow on you a little bit more. But for the average person that maybe watches a video and wants to buy it, they want to be able to use it immediately. They want to be able to enjoy it immediately without having it sit on the sidelines for 2 months, which is what I've been instructed to do by people. Like, oh, you got to let that sit for at least 2 to 6 months. I'm like, what? So usually that's just not, I wouldn't, but I'll see. I'll get back to you on it. Maybe on a live, I'll drop my new updated opinion on it. But Howas, it's not bad for the price point. In fact, the performance here is pretty decent, but just the smell of it, again, more of a masculine fragrance. It was fruity, kind of like Elysium Intense, not that they smell the same, but it had a fruity vibe, but that was masked by green dominance in the fragrance. So bottom line, if you like green notes, you're probably really gonna like this scent. You won't regret it at all. You might be like, oh, I really, really love this. I think most of these fragrances, like I said, like the video says, most people really, really like them. So that's all I have to say right now. There were more that I wanted to add. If you want me to make another video for that, I can. But I felt like this might be longer in general. So again, I'll put a discount link in and some discount codes in the comment section below and also in the description box in case y'all want to compare prices on these, check them out. Just know that some of those are affiliate codes and affiliate links. So please buy however you feel the most comfortable, all right? And sample first. That's always the key. So I hope y'all have a great day. Let me know about any fragrances that you just seem to not like that everybody else for some reason seems to enjoy. Same thing that I did in this video. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.